It's no secret that certain YouTubers have a kind of celebrity status, but how exactly do content creators make money on YouTube? Let's break down the most frequently talked about way to make money on YouTube and why it's not actually your best option. If you're wondering the best way to make money on YouTube with no view or subscriber requirements, I'll tell you my favorite method later in today's video, and it's one that my clients use to make 6, 7, even 8 figures of revenue. The most frequently talked about way to make money on YouTube is not actually the best way. Have you heard of AdSense? This is advertising revenue, meaning that YouTube is displaying ads before your videos and they pay you a little percentage based on how many people actually watch and take action on those videos. To be eligible for this kind of revenue, you have to join the YouTube Partner Program, and there's some requirements to be eligible. You have to follow the YouTube monetization policies, live in a country or region where the YouTube Partner Program is available. You also have to have more than 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months and have more than 1,000 subscribers and have a linked AdSense account. So how this works is that Google, Facebook, or another distributor will place ads in front of your audience. On YouTube, you'll see those skippable or non-skippable ads that play before or during videos if a channel is monetized. And then the ad distributor will then split a certain percentage so the channel makes some of that money. Now, the amount of money that you're able to earn through advertising depends on a variety of factors, which we'll get into in a moment. It really comes down to the CPM, which means the cost per mil or cost per 1,000. This is the rate that an advertiser is charged per 1,000 impressions of an ad. Now, it's important to note that an ad running on your video doesn't equal ad revenue. You only earn revenue if the person actually engages with the ad. So what I'm trying to say here is that it's not the best. You have no control and you're at the mercy of advertisers and CPM. You have no control over what you'll get paid. I'm gonna share with you my favorite strategy for how you can have control and no ceiling on the amount of revenue you can make from your YouTube channel. But before we move on to that, have you subscribed to this channel yet? Make sure you hit that red button below to get brand new content marketing strategies and business acceleration tips and more straight to your YouTube feed 5 days a week. As I mentioned with the YouTube Partner Program, there's a lot of requirements to be eligible to actually make it. But what if there was a way for you to make money on YouTube with no minimum viewership required, where you can make money even with a small audience? And I'll tell you, a lot of my clients that we work with, we start their YouTube channels sometimes from scratch. My client, Chris Abbott, who after 3 weeks of launching his YouTube channel made $11,000 from YouTube utilizing this strategy. He didn't have 1,000 subscribers. At this point, he had 270. His videos were brand new, so it's not like he had the 4,000 watch time hours. So what did he do? Well, you can make money on your YouTube channel through brand sponsorships or affiliate links, but there's one way to make even more money that has no minimum viewership required. And the answer is by ascending viewers in your value ladder. What that means is the content that you're going to create should be so valuable and captivating and engaging. You're giving the audience member value, you're giving them the solution that they came here for, and then at the end of the video, you can give them a link to where they can get some more free value from you, which can then lead into a paid offer, or you can have a link to a low-cost paid offer where people can buy something straight from your YouTube video. YouTube is a search engine, which means that people can be finding your content all day, every day, just by searching on Google or YouTube for the solutions they're looking to find. And if your video is titled the way that people are searching for them, and then in your video you give them lots of value and then link a lead magnet in the description, you verbally mention that lead magnet, that can lead them into your email list where you can then nurture the relationship and then turn them into a paying customer. Lead magnets can be things like a free template or checklist or a video training and more. The idea is that these serve as a framework to further teach your audience what you were demonstrating in the video and proves to them that your product or service is valuable and encourages their ascension into your paid offers. So here's the difference between us and the content creators on YouTube. Yes, the content creators are creating great content. They know how to captivate an audience. But the problem with the content creators is that their call to action at the end of their videos is asking people to just subscribe. Now, we are marketers who leverage content creation to monetize our business. Our call to action is giving them a link, whether it's a lead magnet or a low-cost offer or an affiliate link, that can then result in monetization. Would you believe me if I told you that right now, even starting from scratch, you could be making more money than some of the big YouTubers out there with thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers? There's this stat from Fast Company sharing that 96% of YouTubers don't even make enough to cross the poverty line. Well, I have a good feeling that it's because they're only relying on YouTube AdSense and not taking advantage of having their own product or service, having lead magnets where they can ascend these audience members into some sort of paid offer. So you can see the big difference between these content creators saying, hey, go like and subscribe, and my client like Chris Abbott, who made $11,000 in his first 3 weeks on YouTube because he had an offer that people could come into his email list, be nurtured, and he could sell them into something of more value. These content creators are only asking them to subscribe, and I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, I can't deposit likes and subscribers into my bank account. So the first step is to create content based on what people are searching for that you can speak to with your expertise. Now, how do you figure that out? What kind of content can you be creating? Well, there's lots of tools like TubeBuddy or SEMrush, which I'll link in the comments below. But one of my favorite ways is just to go straight to YouTube, see what other people are creating content on. Or you can go straight to the YouTube search bar. And have you ever tried to type something in there and see how YouTube tries to be like your best friend and finish your sentences? If you type something in the search bar, it auto-completes based on what people are searching for. So if you go to the search bar right now and you type in how to train your dog, YouTube is going to try to finish your sentence and give you more suggestions for other content based on what people have searched for in the past. So it might say how to train your dog to sit, how to train your dog to stay, how to train your dog to talk. All of those suggestions could be video ideas for you. And if you can teach a dog how to talk, you'll probably go viral right away. So you can have hundreds of ideas of videos that you could be creating where you provide value, you share your charismatic personality, and then you give them a strong call to action where they can get more value from you, and you can build that relationship and then ascend them into a paid offer. So if you're a content creator on YouTube, I want to encourage you to be a marketer that leverages content creation. Do you have strong calls to action that lead into more value, that lead into paid offers? Yes, subscribers are great, and of course I've already asked you to subscribe to this channel. You're always going to ask them for that, but the biggest call to action is going to be to something where you can give them more value. Your whole intention here is to help your audience transform their lives in whatever is your topic of expertise. And I always like to say that the transformation is in the transaction. When people pay, they pay more attention. When they're willing to invest in themselves, that's when they can get the biggest transformation. If you're ready to take your content marketing to the next level and build an evergreen lead generation machine, then click the link below and reserve your spot in my next free training. This is the exact strategy that my 6, 7, and 8-figure clients use to maximize their cash flow through online content, and you could be next.